Well, hello. I am so excited to get to share a little bit more with you about Super Biome. I am Jamie Kinsey, and I got to be part of this launch with our company just last week. Or let me say, for those of you who might be watching this at a later date, we launched this right at the end of September. So, brand new product in the market. It has everything to do with gut health, and I'm going to dive in and share what makes this so unique and why this may be something you guys want to participate in. So let me get this on presenter mode and away we will go. Okay, meet Super Biome. And first and foremost, I absolutely love the branding. I think it's really pretty, but we're going to jump in to what this is and why it was created. First and foremost, nutrition starts with gut health. And honestly, as an occupational therapist, so much of what I learned in school was how much your core and that system is basically like the key regulator. It is Grand Central Station, it is control center. When your gut health is happy and in balance, all of it will help to make all of your other organ systems be in better balance. And so you guys can read here on the slide, gut isn't just for your digestion. It really is considered the second brain. It is home to trillions of microbes forming the gut microbiome. In fact, did you know there are more microbes in our body or on our body than there are human cells? So some would say that we are really just a host for the bacteria. So there are more bacteria than there are human DNA in a human being. And so it is important that we find a balance and learning to live with them. And it plays a major role in immunity, mood, metabolism. Metabolism also could be about blood sugar. Metabolism could also be about obesity and so much more. We're going to dive into that today. Your gut is a powerhouse because it breaks down food and absorbs nutrients. In fact, when we take in food for fuel and it gets broken down, the very first time that that food crosses from external world into inside of you, into your bloodstream, is typically in your lower intestine, in your large intestine, and a large portion of that in your colon. And so that is why there's a one-celled layer that separates external world, internal world, and that is why your immune system hosts, some say right here, you can see this regulates the immune system. Over 70% of the immune cells are in the gut. And that is why, because if bad guys are going to enter, you want the majority of your immune defense right there. So it is important. There's a huge connection between your gut and your immune system. It communicates with the brain via the gut-brain axis. The very first system that develops in our body is our nervous system, right? This main communication channel. So there's a huge communication with your gut and your brain. It produces essential vitamins. Like we will take things in orally, but like that chemistry that happens, biological, all of those interactions happen, produce extra vitamins for our bodies. It helps to control inflammation and mood. So it is imperative. And what is the gut microbiome? It really is a complex community of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Each person's microbiome is unique, like a fingerprint, and most microbes are beneficial or harmless, not harmful. Several studies indicate a diverse microbiome can provide many health benefits. In fact, some of our longest living populations show that those who live in the blue zone, mean centenarians, the largest quantity of centenarians, people living over 100, one thing they all have in common is that they have a diverse gut microbiome. So it's not just about longevity and aging, but you can kind of take a 10,000 foot view of your life and take a look at like, well, that might be a noble thing to go after if I want to have a long, high quality of life. Also, when we speak about what is the gut microbiome, it really is like it is on our skin has a biome, our nasal passageway, oral passageway, basically anything that allows things into the body or on the body has a microbiome. It just happens that the biggest microbiome exists in our gut, in our colon. So that is why it is so important. So now we're going to talk about prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. Prebiotics, they are the fuel. They usually are from plant fibers, and they're used by beneficial microorganisms in the gut. So prebiotics are the fuel. So if you think of it like a garden, or your yard, right? The prebiotics are what you're going to feed the grass blades, or what you're going to feed the plants. So the water, the minerals, the nutrients, the sunlight, those are prebiotics. Again, they're the food. Postbiotics are the live microorganisms that use the prebiotics to make metabolites. So the probiotics are the factory. So when you feed them, there is a byproduct. And I'm using my hands a lot if you can see me. So that byproduct are called postbiotics. And those are beneficial metabolites produced via external fermentation that provide health benefits. Sometimes you'll hear them called short chain fatty acids. One in particular that is very notable to help heal the gut lining is one called butyrate. So benefits include gut health, inflammation regulation, and immune modulation. So we have discovered so much. I would honestly say in the last 10 to 15 years, when it comes to gut health, it has become a highly competitive market. In the gut health market, 88% of the products that exist today are probiotics. And though 2/3 of people who had taken a probiotic had no noticeable benefit from taking their probiotic. And let me tell you why that is. And I'm going to tell you that in a second, because we have disrupted this category with this new product. Most products do not work. And here's why. Typical probiotics only deliver a limited benefit. Secondly, most prebiotics or probiotics are standalone ingredients, and they don't exist together. They're not a dual system product. They are typically a single origin fiber, single origin probiotic, and they stand alone, right? So they're missing a lot of the other pieces that make them work. It is so important, third here, that the right environment is created. And most products, the right environment is not created to support the gut. So you're taking a product and you're not getting the benefit that you expected because it didn't prepare the environment for the product. And lastly, most products don't support microbiome diversity, and they can actually cause an imbalance. So we've taken a different approach. We have to do more than just a capsule of probiotics. So we have created a two-step system. Step one is a probiotic, and it is a daily capsule. It's tiny. It contains 20 billion CFUs of probiotics, and you can read the different strains that are here. Feel free to take a screenshot or take a photo if you're watching this in that capacity. And I'm going to dive into a little bit about why our scientists picked these bacteria, and to also let you know our scientists have created other products before and they have learned from their mistakes. And so this particular product, I would tell you, is about 20 years in the making. So you can read here again. Feel free to take a screenshot. We have Lactobacillus plantarum. It has significant antioxidant activities. Antioxidants are the things inside of us that help to fight oxidation. So anytime we take in oxygen and we burn it for fuel, which we have to do, it creates a byproduct, and those are free radicals. And if we have an overabundance of free radicals, then we have accelerated aging, disease, and death. Well, there are a lot of other things today that we're exposed to or intaking that accelerate how many free radicals we have. Things like medications, stress, toxins in the environment that we're breathing or that we're putting on our skin, right? We've heard about forever chemicals and endocrine disruptors. Those are creating more free radicals inside of our system. And we could go on, but I don't have the time for that today. But the point is that this particular bacteria increases antioxidant activities. It helps maintain intestinal permeability. So it goes to the barrier of that gut lining, helping to preserve and prevent things like leaky gut. Lactobacillus rhamnosus helps relieve IBS symptoms, diarrhea, immune system enhancement. Bifidobacterium shows improvement in lactose digestion, reduces GI discomfort in lactose intolerant individuals. Lactobacillus paraclesi, general immunomodulation and gastrointestinal benefits. Lactobacillus casa. So you can see there's many different strains of lactobacillus. Enhance immune function, improve gut barrier. Bifidobacterium bifidum improves gut barrier function, shown to modulate the host's innate immune response. So that means you have an innate immune response. Sometimes we get exposed to things and we build up our immunity to it. This particular bacteria helps us when we do get exposed to things to have better defenses the next time we encounter that. Lactobacillus acidophilus, one of the most well-known strains, improves digestive health. Bifidobacterium brevi, used in therapeutic and nutritional treatments of IBD, important. Bifidobacterium longorum reduces reduction in stress-related behaviors. That's important because we are encountering a tremendous amount of stress in our culture today. And I think people typically don't, I think they undermine the toxic effects that has on your physical health. So this is important. So our probiotic, most probiotics, you guys, they are fragile and they do not survive the stomach. They don't. Those gastric juices typically break down most probiotics. So ours was uniquely developed to be able to not only survive the journey. So it is known to get to the actual location where the majority of our gut microbiome is, and that is our colon. And when it gets there, we're going to talk about step two. So step two is a prebiotic, right? The food. Again, this is a daily flavored stick packet. It has like a citrusy flavor. It's so good. You can mix it with some of our other Juice Plus powders I'll mention in a second, whether it's Illuminate or Superfood or any of our shake mixes or Perform. But this is a blend of prebiotic fibers. Did you know that we are supposed to, as females, be getting 25 grams of fiber a day, and men need to be getting 38 grams? And that's a minimum. And I tell you, as somebody who's intentional a lot of times about counting my own nutrition, fiber is an area that even with my well-intention to get a lot of fruits and veggies, I still fall short of getting 25 grams of fiber. So this is 4 grams of fiber. And these are fibers I typically do not eat, right? So this is a blend of Jerusalem artichoke. This is very important. XOS, also known as exoligosaccharides. You can check that out. Chicory root, this is a really unique one. Again, I encourage you to look up the benefits of chicory root. FOS, arabina, 5-in-1 prebiotic blend, and acacia fibers. So these are super intentionally designed to have really profound benefits. And this is why our prebiotic blend is different. Some simple prebiotic fibers like inulin, FOS, and GOS are fast fermenters. And fermenting in the first parts of the colon, a lot of times those can cause gut issues, especially if you have any notable GI issues to begin with. This can cause discomfort. This can cause excessive gas that people really just can't tolerate. And so because arabina P is a blend of natural fibers with more complex structures, it ferments much slower, especially in the lower colon. So we have a balanced blend, which means that we have less gut issues with this prebiotic blend and better diversity. So this is a gentler fiber blend, which is important for people to want to continue to be consistent with this. When I would tell you a large portion of the American population has some gut, dysbiosis or imbalance, and they just don't realize it. And I'm excited. So this is a little bit more about arabina P, which produces more postbiotics. So this particular strain of fiber is known to create more postbiotics, those short chain fatty acids. And that's important, right? Because if we have more short chain fatty acids, we are going to have more impact in gut healing. And here are some of the things that this particular blend is known for. So these postbiotics that this is known to help produce increases the epithelial barrier, so gut integrity, again, fighting leaky gut, mucosal and systemic immunity. So it's helping with that. It's helping to reduce inflammation and helping potential other associations with cognitive, mood, and appetite control. If you think about it, fiber is filling. And we know that a more balanced gut microbiome also benefits your metabolism. And so really blood sugars, metabolism, we're talking about we're talking about hunger, and we're talking about you feeling fuller longer and feeling more satiated at a longer period of time, helping somebody who's on that potential journey for wanting to use thermodynamics, so calories in, calories out, using eating a little bit less so that they can move more and potentially lose some excess weight that they may be carrying. So this is going to be important in appetite control. And so here, this particular short chain fatty acid or postbiotic has been known to help with glucose regulation and weight management. So this is very exciting. So this is what it is. Again, kind of just a recap what makes this unique. This is a pro and prebiotic together. It's not just one or the other. And even within that, these are very diverse in the prebiotic and the probiotic. It's not single strain. So that's important. We have the right kind in the right amount, right? So this is a gentle gut support and it's carefully crafted. So what I haven't mentioned is it's all the things you're probably looking for. It's vegan, gluten-free, made without GMO ingredients, no added sugar, certified kosher. Plus, it's designed to complement the phytonutrients, antioxidants, and other plant compounds in Juice Plus, which I do want to note are capsule blends that we've had for over 30 years that got turned into a drink called Superfood. Both still exist. You can do the drink or the capsules, but all those 30 different fruits and veggies and berries that we've had for a very long time, those had impact on the gut. And the reason that they did is because what the components inside of them are called polyphenols. And polyphenols, all of the variety of color, those are also prebiotics. So this is really going to come alongside the products that we've had to help our gut work even more efficiently. So I would encourage you, if you're taking a look for a full gut reset, to do the Super Biome Pro and Pre and take the Juice Plus capsules or in the Super Food Pack, because now you're going to be having fiber, which is prebiotic, polyphenols, which are prebiotic, and you're going to have that probiotic. So great environment, fully fed, and you're going to be having probably better gut health than you've had in a very long time. And just to speak towards some of our competition, if I can blow this up just a little bit, you can kind of see when we're talking about, how much does it contain as far as CFU? And sometimes some of these products deliver way more than that. And that is because they're just hoping that your body absorbs some of it, a small portion. So ours is designed right, like where you're going to absorb as much as possible because we're creating the right environment. We're not just throwing something at the wall to see what sticks. It's intentionally designed. So this is a really good diversity of 20 billion because the environment is right. We've got 9 or more beneficial bacteria species. Probably a really popular one that I used before we had this was seed. So we've got a good source of prebiotic fiber. They are not. Seed is a standalone probiotic, also designed to get to the end location, but it doesn't have the food so that the environment is set up right. We've contained 3 or more diverse sources of prebiotic fibers. Again, they don't have that. We're vegan and gluten-free, made without non-GMO ingredients, and kosher certified. One other certification that is going to be coming down the pipe is with the celiac organization. So celiac are people who have a tremendous amount of sensitivities to gluten. So we're going to have a certification showing that this is safe for that population as well. And you can see any of these other things. They just are missing so much. So I hope you have found that helpful. I believe that is the end of my PowerPoint, but thank you guys for spending a little time today with me to learn a little bit more. If you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out to the person who shared this video with you if it wasn't me. And if it was me, feel free to reach out and ask me any questions. And I'm going to encourage you, like you're probably going to wish you started yesterday. So order as quick as you can, because the sooner you get this in your bloodstream, don't wait for a special event, like start now. Again, it's gentle. You're not going to have weird results where you're going to be running to the bathroom. So you can start at any time. And I can't wait to be your partner in really elevating your health to a level you've never experienced. So talk to you soon. Bye.